We're actually getting into Jagannatha now. We can actually begin our grand finals. The finals I think we all kind of expected, and I'm glad to see it happening because it's always a good series between these two. So why don't I welcome you to yet another chicken cast here. We're just having a nice low-key time, relaxing and enjoying some high-quality Starcraft 2. So why don't we go ahead and join our players in the game here, spawning in our lower left-hand corner. Just absolutely a magnificent Terran player for Mouse Sports. He is, of course, HeroMarine. And we have his opponent in the upper right-hand corner of this map. Jagannatha is our map today. Some of those speed zones on this map. Some really nicely placed acceleration zones, I would say. This is for Qlash. That's Qlash with a Q, of course. This is Reynor, one of our youngest players that we have at the very top level of esports. He and, of course, Clem being kind of his Terran counterpart, if you will. Both very young. I think Reynor is he going to be 19 now? Or this year, perhaps? Still quite young. HeroMarine, more of an old man. I think he's about 23 or 24. But we are expecting a really entertaining match between these two. Now, we already have an interesting start here. HeroMarine is going for a Marine instead of a Reaper. And you may say, well, that would lead into his name, but generally in this matchup, we're used to seeing Reapers. But HeroMarine seems to be favoring these sort of Marine first openings. That does kind of limit your ability to scout and put any pressure on your opponent. A lot of times we see the Reaper blocking a third base, perhaps. Although on this map, there are two bases that could be very easily taken as the third. We now have the factory coming up. What I expect here from HeroMarine is actually going to be a handful of Marines in a drop, a build we've actually seen multiple times today. A few Hellions running by, some Marines in a drop ship in a medevac, heading towards the other side of the map. Reynor so far not doing anything too crazy. We have Link Speed on the way. He's building the third hatchery, getting out another queen. These are all exactly what you would expect. And I fully suspect we're going to be heading to a macro game here. I don't think HeroMarine's going to get too much damage done with his pushes, at least in the very beginning. But we'll see. Perhaps he can catch Reynor off guard. Something we'll have to watch out for is when our Terran player puts down his third command center. How quickly he wants to get into more of an economic game. We'd have the Baneling Nest being dropped here for Reynor. Doesn't want to just depend solely on Zerglings and Queens. Wants to get into those splash damage units that are really very good against Marines, but also against things like Hellbat attacks or anything like that. We have the first drop for HeroMarine going out now. He does have a couple of Hellions poking and prodding at the front already. Well, some Lings hitting in a bit of a counterattack, forcing these Hellions to stay at home. Hopefully the Queens are enough here for Reynor to deflect this dropship. He does have some Lings at home as well. And these Lings getting burned to smithereens here by the Hellions. Marine still being a little bit annoying. It's a little bit tough to get the queens up here with this creep spread missing between the bases. And without those queens, the Lings can't clean this up on their own. There just aren't enough here. So a couple of drones getting taken out here. Reynor taking a little bit of damage. We do see that third CC on the way for HeroMarine. Let's put that in the wall. Starting to get out a few more Hellions. Stim is on the way. And a Raven coming out as well. Looks like that's going to be the second Raven. Ooh, the Lings find the Hellions, or perhaps the Hellions found the Lings. Lair on the way now for Reynor. To see what kind of tech he wants to get into. No upgrades on the way yet for either player, although we do see the double engineering bay here for HeroMarine. Posturing around a little bit with these Marines, with the Hellions, and with the Raven that can help him clear creep. Of course, if he feels he needs a little bit of extra DPS, he can drop down an auto turret. Reynor taking a fourth base now. We have a lot of barracks coming up here for HeroMarine. He's going to be getting into just a whole lot of Marines. As this third base lands and he starts dropping some mules, really mining those minerals out as quick as he can. We have the Spire on the way now for Reynor, so he seems to want to go into Lingbane Muta composition. Interestingly, he has not started any upgrades for his Lingbane. In fact, I don't even think he has evolution chambers. Not a single one. And that could be an issue moving forward here, as 1-1 is getting very close to being finished for HeroMarine. And he's looking to take an engagement here. Let's see if Reynor can hold it off. This is a lot of Marines here for our Red Terran. And we need some good Ling and Bane connections. Ling's running around for maybe a little bit of a surround. Ooh, the auto turret's out front, making this extra difficult. It looks like this fourth base might fall. No Bane speed. Oh, this is just a beautiful engagement for HeroMarine. Lings do come in, and it looks like Reynor will save his fourth base, but 9 drones being taken out, and the Marines are not done yet. The Ravens are still here as well. But these dropships have to be careful of the Queens and also of the 9 Mutas on the way out. A really nice attack there for HeroMarine, but I will say a stellar defense from Reynor. Loses a few drones, but keeps the large part of his economy alive. And most importantly, I think, keeps the hatchery alive. Now he has the Mutas out, which means HeroMarine can't be picking up and dropping all over the place anymore. There's not a lot of Banelings here, and HeroMarine is continuing to push. At the same time, though, in the meantime, we have Lings in the third base, killing a few SCVs in a counterattack. But is there enough here to save the hatchery? Absolutely not. And there are some Widow Mines to fall back to as well. HeroMarine trying to take a good fight here against the Mutas. It looks like some of the Mutas are going to fall. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness. And the Marines get cleaned up, but there's only 4 Mutas left in the sky. Transfuse on that low one. These Queens are getting kind of low as well, though. And this Widow Mine is still here. It's going to get another nice connection. Ooh, what's it going to connect with? Oh, nothing just yet. Oh, it looks like it's going to grab a Queen. No. The Queen dies before the Widow Mine can kill it. And HeroMarine continues to push. Reynor on the back foot, very much so. He's got more Banes on the way, but they're getting killed before they can even morph. He has no Banelings out right now. Oh my goodness, this is a massive issue for Reynor. He's going to run in with some Lings and Banes. The Widow Mines, though, helping to clear everything, and there's just too many Marines here. Banes finally finish morphing, only to get blown up by the mines. We have more Mutas out for Reynor now. He's continued to make those. Nice Baneling connection there. And it looks like the Mutas will clean up the rest of that on the high ground. But the last of the Queens going down here, and these Widow Mines have still not been cleared. Reynor is in a lot of trouble. His Evo chambers are getting taken out. Oh my god, his 1-1 was already so late, and now it's going to be even later. Widow Mines connecting beautifully, and HeroMarine is continuing to push. Now, he hasn't been mining that great from this base. Looks like perhaps another counterattack hitting down here. But Reynor has been in a tough spot. He keeps holding on, though, and he's still got 77 drones after all of this. He retook a base up in the upper left-hand corner, so as he lost his fourth, he had a base to replace it. All things said and done, I think Reynor's in an okay spot. The biggest issue is the lack of a standing army that he has right now. He's trying to replenish that, get some more Lings out, get some more Banes morphed. He's lost a ton of Mutas this game, 11 of them going down, only 10 in the sky, which isn't enough to overpower turrets and Thors and Marines. Marine continuing to push, trying to take this base out once again. The Ling Bane is nowhere nearby, so it's going to have to be canceled or just straight up killed. At the same time, the Muta's coming in here, forcing a cancel on that bunker, killing a couple of SCVs. Reynor decides to keep expanding on the left side, which has not been where HeroMarine's pushing. I think this is a good choice. Muta's getting cornered a little bit, but it looks like they will be able to get away. Get through the speed zone. They've picked off a couple of Widow Mines as well. Some really nice damage there for those Mutas to get. We're starting to see a split map scenario here, kind of a diagonal split map that might start to form if this game continues on as it is. A lot of banelings here for Reynor, but he has to be careful. He took out a few of the Widow Mines, but there's still at least one more, and even just one bad Widow Mine shot can mean the end. Reynor's still trying to hold on, but as we see, his army supply is quite a bit lower than that of HeroMarines, and he's hitting on the other side with a lot of it. These Mutas, it is enough Mutas now to overpower this turret. Marine stimming back up into the main. I think Reynor may need to split some of his forces and come in for a bit of a flank here. It is vacate the main base. HeroMarine continuing to push, falling back to the one Widow Mine. Ooh, 4 more join. He's going to split them up and make it so difficult for Reynor to ever actually push into this. Same time, picking up a few Marines up to this high ground just to draw some fire. Oh no, Reynor. Alright, some decent splits there. A couple of nice Widow Mine shots, but looks like Reynor's holding on for now. Ooh, another Widow Mine shot, trying to connect on some banelings. Gets a great connection there. But this will all be cleaned up, at least for now. HeroMarine continuing to push forward. He's taken his own 4th base, but Reynor's on 5 with 87 drones. He can continue to replenish this Ling Bane army for a very long time. But he still has to be so careful. These Widow Mines are so difficult to engage into. He's being extremely patient. Smashes into a lot of Marines and actually kills a few of the Widow Mines there. Well, not patient anymore. Reynor pulls the trigger. Eating a few Widow Mine shots on the backside here, but some beautiful splits. I don't know how he does it. Absolutely splits away from those Widow Mine shots. HeroMarine still has the larger army supply, though. And he's making it known. Oh, those Widow Mines blasting into a few of the Mutas. Another great Widow Mine connection there, but not a lot of Marines left over. HeroMarine, though, still feeling very confident about his position. Scans and is pushing this creep back, pushing forward, and just rallying out on the map. This is just pure Ling Bane Muta versus Biomine. Absolute classic matchup. And now this 5th base is under assault. In the meantime, HeroMarine's got his own 5th base finishing up. So he's going to put himself in a great spot. This run-by is way too small to be of any consequence. Reynor trying to clean this push up. Some decent Widow Mine connections once again. But HeroMarine is forced to pull back. There's no Thor here for the Mutas to be terrified of, but Marines and Mines are still scary enough to keep those flying mutts back. Oh, those Widow Mines. They will just go off onto the Overseers. Means Reynor is going to need to morph a few more Overseers so he can spot the Widow Mines after he pushes the army back again. HeroMarine feeling very bold, keeps pushing forward. Look at the army supply. Double the army supply for HeroMarine right now. Is there enough here for Reynor? It feels like the answer might actually be no. He takes out the second Evo Chamber. Banelings are crashing in and actually taking a lot of this Bioforce out. The mines have kind of been left behind. There's a lot of mines that could be part of this fight that are not. This attempted 5th base, or I guess retaking the old 4th base. It doesn't seem to be going all that well. HeroMarine with +3 attack on these Marines is just smashing through the Lings and the Mutas. And there's not quite enough Banelings to keep this going. Look at the amount of medevacs in the sky, 15 of them. And that just keeps these units alive for so long. Down goes this base, and down goes Reynor. GG gets called. HeroMarine is going to take game number 1. A very exciting and hard-fought game, but just truly beautifully played by both players. May well be the last stream in the world. Oh, rip, dude. Yeah, I think Twitch might be dead. I don't know if y'all can still hear me or not. I hope you enjoyed the NPR cast there as much as you could hear it. Con, I feel like you've been chilling in chat for a while. I feel like I haven't seen you much today, but I hope you enjoyed your NPR cast. We're going to game number 2. It's going to be on Oxide. Go. We've loaded in. All right, let's get back to some more normal casting now. As we hop into Oxide for game number 2 of our grand final. Spawning in the upper right-hand corner is our Red Terran, up 1-0. Representing Mouse Sports, he is HeroMarine. And his opponent in the lower left for Qlash, in the blue, it is Reynor. Reynor, who I think a lot of people felt like he had the strongest 2020 of any player. Really proven himself to be one of, if not the best player in the world this year. Or last year, I guess. But, HeroMarine able to take game number 1 there. It was a really exciting game, I gotta say. I was trying my best to keep it kind of low-key and, you know, NPR-ish, like you were talking about, kind of like a golf cast almost. But it was a really exciting game. Super. I don't want to say back and forth even. It actually felt like HeroMarine was in a good position all game. Reynor kept his worker count up, which was really important, of course, keeping that economy going. But HeroMarine just kept the pressure on. And that made it so hard for Reynor to gain any momentum. A lot of this game is about momentum. Like, that kind of is specifically Lingbei Muta versus Biomine. It's very much about momentum. And what I mean by that is if you can get the ball rolling in your favor and you can just keep that going, like the second push is better if the first push is good. And the third push is even better than that. You know what I mean? Your momentum builds. And you can keep those advantages by just continuing to pressure. However, the way momentum also works is that, like, if you think about baseball, right? That baseball, when the pitcher throws it, has a ton of momentum. The bat hits it, and that momentum is preserved and amplified in the opposite direction, right? That's the physics of baseball. There you go. And that can absolutely happen in these kinds of games as well. If Reynor takes one really good fight, you know, where he just smashes a bunch of HeroMarine's units, cleans up a ton of medevacs, all the mines, the Marines, the Marauders out on the map are just gone. Reynor suddenly has the momentum in his favor. All that momentum HeroMarine just had is now in Reynor's favor. And it's really kind of strange how that back and forth can work, but it's what makes TVZ so exciting. At least in my opinion, is just that constant shifting of momentum back and forth. Wow, this Hellion's super annoying to these Lings. I don't know why the Lings were on the other side of the map, but Hellion gets a couple kills because of it. Do have Ling speed on the way. Hellion can't really stick around for too long, not with Queens out. HeroMarine once again going to be going for the Marine drop into a few Hellions, it looks like. Perhaps the Cloaked Banshees once again. I don't think he had the Cloaked Banshees last game, but it's been a very popular thing. We actually saw him do this earlier. Oh, nope, switches it around as he gets scouted by this Overlord. Cancels Cloak, goes for the Raven. Interesting choice. Gonna be able to grab one Overlord out here. Handful of Lings on the way, as a few of them out as well. Seven Marines and a medevac, it's not like the scariest thing in the world, but you do have to actually put some effort into defending it. Especially once the Hellions show up and the Lings aren't able to just do their stuff. Another Overlord going down here. I'd say already a really nice start for HeroMarine. You know, nothing crazy has happened, but I feel like he's done pretty solidly so far. We'll see if he's able to dive in and maybe get some drone kills, if that's his desire. Reynor, in the meantime, does have those Eva Chambers up in a really nice time, I think, this game. I feel like the upgrades being so late, and especially way out front there where the push was happening, was a real big detriment to Reynor. This base, I don't think this base is going to be long for this world. The Lings come over to try to fight, but that is not going to happen. And it is going to get canceled for sure. Yeah, there's 1-1 starting up. I think Reynor diagnosing his own lack of upgrades last game is a big reason why HeroMarine was able to get so much done. HeroMarine just being very annoying here. The Queens are out front, so while the Queens are away, the Marines come to play. Queen taking some damage, but stays alive. Medevac takes some damage as well, so it's got to be careful. These Queens, in the meantime, spreading a ton of creep. Just pushing out here on the map. Queen's really good at pushing the Hellions away. Not quite as good at pushing the Marines away, although with 4 Marines left now, pretty sure the 5 Queens can deal with it. But something tells me. Now HeroMarine's got his 3rd base down. Nice worker count here for Reynor. 76 already. He's got his Bane Nest going down. Does he have a lair? Okay, he does. I was going to say, if he's not building a lair right now, I hope it's done, because that's super late. But, of course, Reynor not making a silly mistake like that. He's got his lair done. Actually, if it wasn't done, I wouldn't even call it a mistake. I would just assume it was on purpose. A lot of Lings and Banes coming out now. Reynor is getting ready for the push, and the push, I mean, the push is coming. HeroMarine's moving on creep. He's going to start clearing it. He's scanned. I swear he has a Raven, though. He's got 2 Ravens. Okay, they're moving around the left-hand side. I guess he's happy to spend the scans. He's going to try to get some harassment done. We could see some auto turrets go down in the main or in the 4th base. All the push is happening at the front here. Ooh, big link counterattack trying to get in, but HeroMarine with too much stuff at the front here. If he burrows these Widow Mines. Ooh, that's a big if though. Looks like it's not going to be enough at the front. The Widow Mines do not burrow. The Marines are all getting killed. This is a really big issue for HeroMarine. He's bringing everything back to deal with it before he loses just an insurmountable amount of SCVs. This has already been very annoying. Losing some workers, losing some mining time, and not taking the greatest of trades with his Marines either. Ooh, nice run by into the third as well at the same time. Reynor going to be putting on a little bit of his own pressure just as soon as Bane speed finishes. Okay, there it goes. Now they're roly-polies. Ooh, Link's coming in from the backside for the surround. A beautiful surround here. Doesn't quite get the Bane connections he's looking for, but there's so much Link Bane here. That HeroMarine is having a really tough time dealing with it. Oh my god, and the Banelings in the mineral line with the SCVs now. The mine's a little bit late to the party. Even killing a few of those Marines. Orbital command lifts and lands. It needs to be healed. Please. Please, HeroMarine. Well, alright. HeroMarine's gonna tap out. GG. Instead of healing that that command center. So, there you go. Physics of a corked bat incoming. Ah, yes. We'll get into that deeper baseball analogies later. Hearing reports of stream keys being changed on the fly. Well, hopefully we don't have too many issues. Don't seem to be having any at the moment, so we'll just fingers crossed that it stays the same. Somebody messaged me on Discord. There's still issues. We're investigating an issue causing various features on Twitch not to load. You mean like the website not loading? You guys can't connect in chat? Rip. Alright, well, nobody in Twitch chat, but you know what? If you guys can hear me and see the game, most of the time at least, then we'll just keep going. I ain't stopping now. Don't stop me now. Don't stop me, cause I'm casting some Starcraft. Casting some Starcraft. Spawning in the upper right hand corner of Pillars of Gold. Representing Mouse Sports, he is HeroMarine. And his opponent in the lower left for Qlash, it's Reynor. Now HeroMarine, of course, has won a ton of these ESL Open Cups. And, you know, he's looking to win one more, but I don't think there's anybody who's beaten him in the finals more than Reynor. I'm pretty sure that Reynor is the only person HeroMarine consistently loses to in the finals of these cups. In fact, I'm pretty confident that I can say in these cups, Reynor is probably the only person at all with a winning record against HeroMarine. I think just about everybody else loses to HeroMarine more than they beat him. You know, he and Showtime, HeroMarine and Showtime had a big back and forth for a while, but I think HeroMarine edged him out in terms of head-to-head series. And while Clem is very, very good and does well in these a lot, I think actually HeroMarine beats him more often than not in the TVTs. I don't know, man. Mostly normal game happening so far, though. HeroMarine once again going for the Marine first instead of the Reaper. I only bring attention to this because it's kind of more of a scouting thing than anything, right? Like the Reaper can scout and see if there's anything weird happening, whereas right now all that HeroMarine knows is, oh, all right, the base is normally timed, right? That's it. He knows that, and it's good to know. But I'm really surprised we haven't seen anybody take advantage of this yet. And I mean, there's a reason why Reaper openings are so ubiquitous. And it's because literally anything, a quick lair, no third base, a roach warren, a bane nest, anything, any of that can happen before these units can go to get across the scout. You know what I mean? A Reaper would be there seeing this. If there's a lair halfway done instead of ling speed, or if there's a roach warren here, HeroMarine scouts it super, super late. And maybe he feels very confident against those kinds of cheeses and aggressive tactics, but I still feel like, you know, if he's playing against somebody like a Scarlet, or maybe even a Dark. Okay, what? Did you guys... He just built and canceled a hatchery to place the creep tumor down. What the hell? Dude, nobody told me that Reynor's brain was massive. HeroMarine's got to see this and be like, what? That's crazy. I can't believe he just did that. Was that like planned? Or was he just like, eh, well, the drone's out here and the queen's out here, I might as well just do this. Anyways, I don't really remember what I was talking about, but I guess the point in general is that somebody could try to take advantage of the fact that HeroMarine doesn't get great scouting info. But instead, HeroMarine's the one trying to take advantage of the fact that Reynor hasn't done much scouting this game. And he did not see that there's an armory. HeroMarine's hitting with the Hellbats, but there's so many queens here. Look at this queen count, man. He's trying to pull the queens back, trying to micro. Ooh, down goes the medevacs and no more healing. One queen gonna fall. This queen getting very low. Pull her back, pull her back. Ooh. Oh, she goes down. The Hellbat gets one last shot. Let's take a look at the trade. So slightly better for HeroMarine. But he has a pretty dedicated attack. His third CC is quite a bit later than what we'd normally see. He does have a Cloaked Banshee follow-up, and some Hellions still going to be around and be annoying here. I assume HeroMarine's going to go into bio after this. Yeah, he's got Stim on the way, a couple barracks dropping down. We haven't seen him go mech against Zerg in a very long time. Oh no, that creep tumor. That's the active creep tumor from the hatchery. So much work for only 3 measly spreads. Reynor taking a 4th base now. Only 54 drones out, though. So it's not like he has a huge economic lead. HeroMarine finishes his 3rd base. He's going to hit with the Cloaked Banshees, looks like, in the main. Hellions still posturing out front. Queens are so aggressive, man. Reynor is so aggressive with his creep spread. Queens go out there and they're like, get the hell away, and they spread some creep. Ooh, a lot of creep being taken out here on this side. HeroMarine's gonna hit in the main. There is a Spore Crawler here. Oh, a nice pull actually from Reynor. Not gonna lose too much. Doesn't even lose this guy yet. Oh my god, is that drone stay alive? This drone took 1 Banshee shot and it got into the geyser before the second one hit. That's beautiful. Stay alive. Stay alive. Oh, queen goes down, but the drone stays alive. That's what really matters. Oh, no score here, and the overseer's a little bit late. A couple more drones falling. Overseer, where are you? It's coming, dude. Same time, HeroMarine pushing out with some Marines, tank. His group of Hellions taking his third base. Does Reynor have enough to defend this? Where are his Lings? Where are his Banes? I guess is the real question. He's gonna need some Banes to deal with this amount of Marines. Especially if these Hellions morph into Hellbats. Oh man, but HeroMarine taking a big advantage of the fact that Reynor just doesn't have much here. He's just now morphing Banes, and HeroMarine actually sees this. He had the scan over there. So he should just be able to take this out. He's gonna morph these guys into those Hellbats for even more beefy DPS. Down goes the hatchery, and Reynor taking a lot of damage here. And I feel like if he had those Banes earlier, it would have been unnecessary. He is gonna run in with the Queens and Lings now, and that'll be enough to push this away. But losing that base is really rough for Reynor. 81 drones though, man, and he does have this base over halfway done already. It looks like the Banshees went down at some point. HeroMarine moving out. Both players have 1-1, 2-2 on the way. Although Reynor never started +2 melee, but right now he's a little bit focused on defending the next push, which is moving across the map. He needs more Lings, he needs more Banes. He's trying to get them out. It looks like this base is not going to last too much longer. It almost finished. At the same time, Lings going for a run by. Looks like there's enough Marines here to hold on. A few SCVs falling, but not too many. Oh my god, these drones got to be so careful. Reynor pulling back, pulling back. All right, he pulls him back. Just in time. This base is still under assault here. Does Reynor have enough to defend this? I'm a little worried the answer might be no. The Banes crash in, but only 1 or 2 of them connect. Lings and Banes going for a big counterattack. I think this stuff needed to be at home. HeroMarine's going to lose a lot, but he's got a big push. More Marines coming to join the fray. And we don't have any follow-up here for Reynor. He just doesn't have the economy for it. He's trying desperately to hold on with Lings and Banes. He kills 19 SCVs, but HeroMarine already has the army out that he needs. Question is, can he keep pushing forward and keep doing damage to Reynor's economy? Because the longer Reynor is able to mine from this base, mine from 77 workers, the easier it's going to eventually be to hold this. Looks like some Lings and Banes going to go for the wraparound, try to hit on the backside. I think that's exactly what Reynor needs to do here. No, he's going to go for another counter. Oh my god, dude. He's so brave. Maybe going to try to catch some of these reinforcements as well. He does have a lot of queens here. Oh my god, this medevac with 14 HP. Yeah, there's not a lot here to deal with the Lings and Banes. Some more SCVs going down at the same time. HeroMarine pushing in a little bit. Getting a few worker kills here and there. 10 more SCVs go down, keeping HeroMarine on a very low economy. Transfuses going down on the hatchery. These queens have been doing God's work over here, man. 10 queens out on the map. And look how overstimmed this army is. These medevacs are out of energy. HeroMarine cannot stick around too much longer. That's his last stim. He's got to get out of there, man. He pulls back once again, but I think a handful of Lings on the backside. Oh my god, maybe not, dude. Look at this army for HeroMarine. Army number 2 shows up, and Reynor, I don't know if he has enough to deal with army number 2. Just when I thought army number 1 was done. Man, it feels like HeroMarine just has so much stuff. Reynor at the same time, though, he's been taking these bases. He can afford to let this base fall. He's got base 4 and 5 over here. There's no 4th base for HeroMarine. He's got barracks, and that's it. In fact, it looks like he even lost one of these ones over here. HeroMarine trying to hold this position. He's got a handful of units to stop this counterattack. And Reynor's got just a metric heck ton of Banes here. He's going to try to go in. No? No? Oh my god. I keep being ready for the flank. He just keeps going for the counterattack. Queens at the front line. A few of those queens going down to the tank fire. You gotta be careful. Another queen falls, down to just 6 queens. Lings and Banes, I don't even know what happened over here. There were a ton of Banes that are not around anymore. HeroMarine's still up quite a bit of army supply, although he is down a lot of workers. This whole time he's been down a lot of workers. Trying to get the Marines up into the natural a little bit, but Reynor's pulling the trigger. He's sending the Lings and Banes forward. Clears up some of it, but there's so many Marines here for Gabe. I feel like so many Banes have gone down this game. 58 of them. Oh my god. HeroMarine keeps pushing forward. There's so many medevacs here to keep these Marines alive. More Banelings finishing morphing right now. How's Gabe splits? It feels like they might just be good enough. The army supply here telling me that Gabe is still holding this position, staying strong, and HeroMarine takes game number 3, going up 2-1 in this finals. I mentioned earlier that I think Reynor's probably the only person with a winning record against Gabe in these cups. I'm actually going to take a quick look, see if we can figure it out. I'm not going to get like a 100% exact win record in these specific cups or anything, but so Reynor, actually the first time Reynor played, he lost to HeroMarine in the finals. After that, it looks like he might have taken him out in the semis. Has beaten him in the finals once. That's it though. Huh. Interesting. I thought Reynor beat HeroMarine more often in these cups. Maybe he took him out in the semis. It's a little bit hard to tell in some of these who beat who in the semis. But it does look like Reynor took out HeroMarine a couple of times in the semifinals. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about this winning record thing. All I know is that HeroMarine has won 22 cups, and Reynor has only won 6. So, see if he can grab a 23rd, or if Reynor can pull it back here. As we get into Romanticide for game number 4. Let's hop on in. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner, it is, of course, our Red Terran, the largest of Gabe's, HeroMarine. And his opponent in the lower right, representing Qlash, it's Reynor. Don't know how chat is doing. Hopefully we're still alive. I'm keeping an eye on Discord too. I know you guys can't talk in chat. If nothing else, this is a great series and will undoubtedly go on YouTube. So I'm going to keep casting for them, for those YouTube viewers. And for me. You know what? Do it for me. Okay, so I feel like there's a slight difference this game. Like, you know what? As I say that, I think I'm actually wrong. Never mind. We'll see if Reynor or if HeroMarine goes for the Reaper, or if he goes once again for the Marine. That is going to be a Reaper opening. Okay, it's really interesting. I wonder what it is, if it's a map thing or if it's this point in the series. Maybe he's expecting Reynor to do something a little bit different, or I mean, it could just be that HeroMarine wants to go for a slightly different build than what he's been doing. But it's very interesting. Yeah, he decides to go for the Reaper here. Do we get the Reaper Ling dance now? Do 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 do. And the Reaper goes away. Beautiful. Reynor decides to take this third. I assume that's because he was afraid of this being blocked by the Reaper. But he gets this third base down. We could also see something kind of aggressive from this. Sometimes the forward third base leads to that. This one, though, not really all that much closer or easier to attack from than any of the other bases on this map or anything. So don't think that's going to be what we're looking at here. HeroMarine is going for a quick third CC. Getting a few Hellions out to go support this Reaper. They're going to go support him. You know, they're going to hold some signs up that say, "Go, Reaper, go." I don't know if you guys saw the, I think it was a TikTok of that lady telling her cat just how, giving her cat inspiration to jump up onto the counter. It's just the most adorable thing ever. If not, I'll try to find it. Post it in Discord later. Oh, Raven once again. So it's interesting. I feel like we don't see a lot of players that like to make Ravens against Zerg. But I think since the change of creep tumors, giving them the light tag instead of the armor tag, we're seeing Hellions be more effective, right, against dealing with creep tumors. So I think players like Gabe started thinking, hey, you know what? If I just have a Raven out there, these Hellions can just clear up some creep tumors. We've also seen him use the Ravens to really good effect to harass mineral lines, and in fights as well. Just even keeping those auto turrets down during a fight. Banelings, it might soak up Baneling shots. They deal with Lings really, really well. One on the way here for Reynor. Got a couple more barracks coming up, but I don't think we have eBays yet for HeroMarine. So that 1-1 of Reynor's is going to be really far ahead. I do love me a good waltz. Do 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 do. Classic waltz. You ever heard the song "The Millionaire's Waltz" by Queen? Oh God, I love that song. You've never lived until you've heard a waltz on an electric guitar. It's truly beautiful. And see, here we are. We're seeing the Hellions deal with a couple of those creep tumors, just being a little bit annoying. Spot that fourth base is coming up. They can't really do much about the fourth base, but they can see that it's there. As they say, they can't do much about this base. They're going to at least try to take out some queens here. It's not often you see Hellions take down queens. Grab another creep tumor. There you go, dude. Ooh, big Ling run by, though. Getting a few SCVs, running into some Marines, but being annoying there. That was a nice little jugger wall they ran through. Handful of Marines that stop those Lings are going to come join up with the Hellions now, it looks like, putting pressure on the opponent. Raven's taking some shots, got to be a little bit careful. 6 Banes morphing. Is that all the Banes we have right now? Oh, I'm a little bit worried here for Reynor. This is a lot of stuff, and he does not have a ton to deal with it. He is mostly Queen-based right now, which is great until the Stim Marines become part of the party. Bane speed is not finished yet. This attack is hitting so early from HeroMarine. He's just really been keeping that pressure on, but a nice, oh my God, 30 SCVs dying in this Ling run by. There must have been some Banes with that as well. And GG just gets called. Man, I'm over here talking about how good HeroMarine's attack is. And it was Reynor's run by that won the game. Damn. Are we back, guys? Is Twitch back? Welcome back, Twitch chat. I've missed you dearly. I've missed you dearly. Death Ore is going to be our 5th and final map. Reynor tying the series up 2-2. That run by, man, 30 SCVs. Not expecting that. Thanks, guys, for letting me know we're all good. I appreciate it. It's good to know that I'm not just casting to the empty room. Although Steve's listening, right, Steve? Yo, Steve, you got me? Yeah, Steve's got me, dude. He's listening. He's paying attention. Sitting on top of the Christmas tree, which it's about time to take that Christmas tree down. Not that I like taking down Christmas decorations, but, you know, it starts to get real frail and it's gonna drop needles everywhere. It's gonna suck. What's a jugger wall? Just a little bit of a hole. We're loading into Death Ore. There we go. Game number 5, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Look, ladies and gentlemen. Look, ladies and gentlemen. Spawning in the lower right-hand corner. It is none other than the biggest Gabe of them all. Mouse Sports HeroMarine. But trying to compete for his title of Sir Bigly. It is Qlash's Reynor. Now, we have seen Reynor, specifically that Pillars of Gold game. He kept trying to do run-bys with Lings and Banes, and he was getting some damage done with it for sure, but he wasn't able to hold it home at the same time. I think what made that last game different was he got a ton of damage done, but he left just enough back at home to hold. We didn't catch it right at the end there, but the Lings wrapped around the rest of that army and would have forced it to pick up and leave. Some of it would have died. And HeroMarine needed to get more done than that. Man, you guys tell me you don't remember Steve the Skeleton? Has it been that long? Yo, Steve, they don't remember you, bud. We gotta get Steve back over here. Once I take the tree down, he'll be back over in the stream area. The cat is Boo, by the way. No, she's probably hiding in the bedroom. We have another Reaper out of HeroMarine, so he was feeling that Reaper opening. We got another dance. Not much of a dance this time. Reynor gets his third base down, no problemo. Doesn't kill the creep tumor, or HeroMarine doesn't kill the creep tumor, doesn't kill a single Ling. Nicely done. Nicely done by Reynor. Interesting that HeroMarine gets the Marine out before swapping the factory over. That's a very common thing to do against Protoss, but not so much against Zerg. I don't hate it. I just, it's not quite as common against Zerg. Second barracks coming up now as well, which is really interesting. So I assume we're going to see a few Hellions and then just back into straight Marines. Nice pasta, guys, in the chat. Nice pasta. Yeah, more Marines coming out. Looks like it was just a couple of Hellions to join up with the Reaper. Start sharking around out on the map there. Reaper shark do 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 do. Reaper shark do 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 do. For Reynor, we're not really seeing anything really worth noting. He's getting more queens. He's making drones. Shocking stuff, really. Well, not a lot of action this game, I gotta say. The first few games here, it's been very exciting. Even HeroMarine just poking around with some Hellions and the Queen's trying to push them away and spread the creep. But this game, I feel like we just be chilling. All right, now we get HeroMarine moving out. This is what we were waiting for, is this kind of 15 Marine drop. I was gonna say 16, but you know, it's 15. The 15 Marine drop to keep Reynor on his side of the map while HeroMarine takes his third base. We have the Bane Nest coming up for Reynor. The lair as well. 1-1 started up here for our Zerg before the Terran once again. It's interesting to keep an eye on the upgrades. I think that does become very important as the game moves on. Drop gonna head towards the main. This is a really annoying thing on this map, is the main fourth base kind of area where you can pick up and drop into, but Reynor handling it very well, keeping the queens on the low ground, Lynx on the high ground. Queens on the low ground, Zerglings on the high ground. Gotta make my mind up, which base will I drop? That's HeroMarine's actually singing that to himself right now. You go check his stream out. He definitely sings the song Friday with different lyrics all the time on his stream. That's a certified fact. You could actually probably ask him in chat to sing the song Friday for you. He'll definitely do it. Definitely will. Well, Queen's got to be careful. They can't really take this fight on their own. They can transfuse for days, but I don't know how many Queens it takes to actually kill a Marine with a medevac healing it. Well, I guess they can kill the medevac. There's the big thonk right there. HeroMarine got the fourth base on the way. Going into Drilling Claw is going to start getting those mines out. Now, we've seen mines be extremely effective against Zerg, but the top-level Zerg players, Reynor, Serral, these guys are so good at splitting and not allowing the Widow Mines to take good shots on their Ling Bane. We actually saw that in the first game. Some of the Widow Mines got decent shots, but for the most part, it felt like the splits were just fantastic. And once again, we see not a single drone goes down there, just a few Lings. HeroMarine will pick those up and bring them back another day. Interesting here for Reynor, he's actually going for the Hydra Den. It's really interesting to me. Same time, HeroMarine hitting in a couple of different locations. More Widow Mines. Oh, man. 11 drone kills. Okay, maybe I was wrong. HeroMarine gonna drop into the main with a double drop. That's just a drop ship, all right. Big Ling counterattack here for Reynor, but he's not really getting anything done. He lost 16 drones, but he's still up in workers after all of that. The Hydra Den is done. Oh my god. Oh, please, please kill this Widow Mine. Oh no, okay, Reynor finds it. He's killing it. Now Lings and Queens will clean this up. More mine drops, dude. The mine drops are killer. There's still another Widow Mine here that's about to shoot off again. 33 drones going down. Oh my god. HeroMarine with a non-stop damage. And even more going down now. These mines are just all over the place. They're not being cleaned up at all. It's so difficult to know which ones have been cleaned up and which ones haven't. This guy will get cleaned up. There's a couple more out here. Just gonna kill that queen eventually. Reynor moving around in the middle of the map. He is starting to get into a hive, into a lurker den. But now HeroMarine's gonna move across the map with the actual push. Man, 4 more drones going down. 41 drones have died this game. Oh my god, and it's getting worse. I'm over here talking up Reynor's ability to split, and he's just getting shreked by this. He's gonna move over. This mine is just gonna chill here for now. He's gonna move over to try to deal with this actual push. You know, the Widow Mines, you know, not really going off on anything all that big. Actually, this looks like a really nice cleanup here for Reynor. But at the same time, push on the top side, doing some big damage, and more mine drops in the main base, killing 12 more workers. There was a mine over here. I don't know if it went off once more, maybe not. The hive is finished, but man, HeroMarine's been getting so much damage done this whole game. Is it going to be enough to keep Reynor from getting to a good composition, though? He's been killing a lot of workers, but the worker count for Reynor has stayed up there. Still been at that 80 count for a long time. This drop gets cleaned up. They're actually, you know, he made the Hydra Den, but it's just to make lurkers. It actually doesn't have anything other than the queens that can kill these drop ships. That makes it really difficult for Reynor to actually handle this. It's one of the big benefits of having mutas. But of course, he's trying to get into the lurkers and not the mutas. Mutas really not that great against Widow Mines. Speaking of Widow Mines, more Widow Mines coming in for a drop now. Lurkers might make this a little bit easier. Looks like that will get cleaned up. But at the same time, double medevac drop into the third base and the push on creep here. It's very much on creep though. Oh, he's got to pick up a lot of very low bio units there. He didn't clear any of that creep, so Reynor still gets to keep that alive. That medevac goes down. Still some Widow Mines out on the map that Reynor's going to have to be very careful about. I love this medevac just chilling back here. HeroMarine's max, it would actually be better for him to just fly it into the spore and make another one. Are we sure this is Gabe, not Maru? I'm not sure, dude. With all these mine drops, oh my god, a beautiful mine connection there and a lot of Lings and Banes. It did sound like some Marines went down with that, but I'm not gonna post it. I'm not gonna post it. It's a nice meme though. Not a lot of Banes here. The lurkers do make it tough for HeroMarine to actually push through one of these armies to take a good fight. Reynor does have, oh my god, look at these lurkers on the right hand side. Oh, Gabe. Yeah, he's got to pick up and get on out of there. This is really nice defense. Well, Widow Mine's still gonna be pretty good here. 13 more drones going down. Reynor's starting to push on the left hand side. HeroMarine does have 5 bases. Ooh, ooh. Lurkers goes down. Big drop in towards the main base. HeroMarine. Feels like HeroMarine's firing on all cylinders today, though. I know the Maru thing was in reference to the Widowmine drops, but God, I just love the way Gabe is playing this right now. But Reynor coming in for a really big counterattack. These tanks siege up, but they're just going to die right away. The Lurkers burrow right next to these barracks. That's going to make it so difficult. At the same time, though, Gabe getting big damage done in the main base, taking out the Hydra Den. Trying to take out the hatchery, but actually looks like he's just going to fall to the Lings and Banes here. And that means Adrenal's going to stay alive as well. Lings and Lurkers still all over the place in Gabe's base as well. The scan to try to kill these Lurkers, but they're going to burrow in the back, forcing yet another scan and taking a good trade in the meantime. 13 SCVs fall. I gotta say, I'm a little surprised it's not more. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, 23. Okay. All right. That's a little bit more like what I expected. A ton of scans being used as well. Not like HeroMarine doesn't have a whole bunch, but he can't afford to just be spending all his energy on that. He's going to lose his 5th base as well. Fortunately for Gabe, there's nothing that shoots up, so his command centers can just kind of hang out for now. HeroMarine playing very defensively with a lot of tanks here. Oh, Reynor's going to go for it. He's going to try to flood on in. He's got Vipers as well, yoinking these tanks forward, and Gabe is on his last legs here, it feels like. He does have units on the other side of the map trying to get some damage done. And it's a lot of bio units, actually. Reynor's going to have to commit a good amount to defend this. But he's killed yet another base. The Lurkers lift up and try to run away. Ooh. A lot of Lurkers going down there. And Reynor, I don't know if he has enough to actually deal with this. A lot of these units are overstimmed. He's going to try to save the hatch, but it goes down. And HeroMarine gets on out of there. You know, I thought Reynor was doing such a good job with that push, and he is still up in supply. For HeroMarine's got a lot of army. He has these command centers, so he just retakes the 4th. He can probably retake the 5th pretty soon. He's got this planetary up here that is not mining at all, but could be pretty soon. And now we have the counter push. More Vipers coming out, that Hydra Den being remade. Fun fact, you do need to make Hydras before you can morph them into Lurkers. So that means no more Lurkers right now for Reynor. He's just on whatever he's on, which is 6. It's not a non-zero amount. It's still tough for Bio to crack, but, you know, it's definitely could be 10 or 12 right now. Reynor's going to push forward and try to clear some of this out. Nice parasitic bomb on a lot of these medevacs. Well, nice split there from Gabe as well, though. Yoink forward on the tanks. I guess one of the tanks. HeroMarine continuing to push on this side while Reynor retakes these 2 bases. This base is incredibly important. It's the only fully mining base that Reynor has. Lurker count down to 5. We have more Hydras coming out now as well. I actually wouldn't hate if he kept a few of them as Hydras. But it looks like he's mostly just going to be morphing them straight into Lurkers. I don't even know if he has the Hydra upgrades. So many tanks here for HeroMarine. He's just continuing to push forward with these. I'm going to see one tank yoinked. Oh, the Ling's taking so many shots, and the Lurkers are going to move forward here. They're going to burrow, take out a couple of tanks, and then they're going to pull right on back. And the tanks are still, a few of them still in good range. More Vipers have come out. They're going to be yoinking and yoinking. Ah, those yoinks are really nice, and HeroMarine's position is looking weaker by the second. He does have a few reinforcements that might be enough to keep him here for a little bit longer. Vipers continuing to yoink. Looks like one of the Vipers goes down. This Lurker count, though, is starting to get really, really high. 13 Lurkers here. That is really tough for HeroMarine to deal with. He's going to try to just pick these tanks up. Wow, 3 hit points on this medevac. And pull back. He is mining from this base now. I don't think Reynor knows about it. No, he does. He's seen the planetary. He could try to morph a handful of Banes and go over there, but oh God, Reynor's got so much gas. What he really needs right now are minerals. He like desperately needs minerals. Drone count is 91. God damn. All right, it looks like he is going to go over and try to get on top of this base. Okay, you're just never going to actually repair through this.
too much damage. Oh no, now the SCVs. Well, alright, I thought the lurkers were gonna burrow. I was really excited to see a nice big lineup shot. Oh, he tries to close the door, but not in time. Okay, but Liberators, here's a fun fact. If you don't have much that shoots up, Liberators are really good. Scan goes down, try to get these lurkers out of here. 23 SCVs falling. At the same time, HeroMarine's gonna push with most of his army on the left-hand side. He successfully defends with basically 2 Liberators over here. And that on this side, this base gets completely taken out. Reynor gonna have to fully evacuate. But he does have 2 bases over here to go to. There's enough Hydras actually now to just kill these Liberators. I love the yoinks. They don't take them anywhere really, but they force them to unsiege. And now HeroMarine's in a little bit of trouble. He doesn't have a lot of defense over here anymore. And the army of Reynor is here. It's at his 4th. And look at the supplies. 60 supply up here for Reynor. 1 Liberator sieges, but I don't think 1 Lib is going to be enough. Okay, it looks like with the tanks and the bio here, Reynor just going to pull back, play it a little bit safer. HeroMarine does still have a lot of units on this left-hand side, and while the supplies are very much in favor of Reynor, the army supply is very, very similar. And a lot of these kinds of armies comes down to your positioning and the engagement you take. At any point, Reynor could accidentally run into a bunch of tanks. And the same can be said for HeroMarine. They both have to be so careful of how they take these engagements. Especially though I think HeroMarine, he can't really afford to take a single bad engagement. He has to play it so safe, which means he kind of has to play it slow, which really favors Reynor here. The longer it takes for HeroMarine to push forward, the better it is for the Zerg player. HeroMarine going to retake that base on the left-hand side as he looks to be losing this one on the right-hand side. I think he might have enough to go in here. More Marines show up. He's got to be so careful. Lurkers are great against Marines, but... Oh, the Vipers, though. The Vipers are what's up here. Yoinks 1 tank. Could try to Blinding Cloud a couple of tanks as well. Just going to keep yoinking and try to pick apart this army. Down goes the base. But I think that's okay for Reynor. He knows the mining of HeroMarine is not great. And look at this flood of lurkers. This is a swarm of lurkers about to just demolish this planetary. And that's the last of HeroMarine's mining. He's got almost nothing left. GG gets called, and Reynor wins the war of attrition that was going on in that game. And in that series, man, a 5-game series takes us to the end of it. And Reynor cleans up with a 3-2 victory. Beautifully played. Beautifully played.